You know, these things, they are a very beautiful piece of technology. We can talk to people that are nowhere near us, and we can take videos and photos of anything we like. So, it is a very, very beautiful piece of technology. However, it can also consume us if we let it. And this topic came to mind because last week I went to the grocery store, and while I was walking towards the store, there was a lady. She was walking towards the store as well, but she was on her phone like this, head down, staring at her phone, while she was crossing the street and walking towards the store. And not only that, she was about to run into people. She was about to hit people with their carts and all kind of stuff like that. And I'm just like, what are you doing on your phone that is that important in this moment? And she got in front of me, and I got a chance to see what she was doing on her phone. And you know what she was doing? Playing a game. Yep, I kid you not. She was playing a game, and it looked like one of those Bubble Blaster, Bejeweled, Candy Crush type of games. I don't know what it was. Some updated version of Candy Crush. Like, they update it almost every year, it looked like. Same game. Same game. But she's playing it like she's trying to get the high score. And I'm like, you better be trying to get the high score because I don't know what's going on. Why are you playing this game right now in this moment? But yeah, she was playing the game and she did not stop until she finished. And I was like, wow. Wow. And you already know how it is with these phones and car accidents. Like, it's either the number one or number two reason why we get in these car accidents, like phones and fender benders, because people like to ride you behind. But that's a whole nother story in itself. So I wanted to make this video about cell phones because not only that, cell phones have a lot of negative effects in our lives, period. People tend to spend 4 to 5 hours a day on their phones, and that is equivalent to about 70 days per year. Per year. Now, before we go any further, I'm not trying to knock you. I'm trying to knock all of us, including myself, because I'm right there with you. I use my phone a lot too. But the more I did my research on this topic, the more I needed to understand how much of an impact cell phone has on our lives and our health. So there are three things that I want to bring up in this video that cell phones affect, and that is our health, our behavior, and our children. Our health, our behavior, and our children. So let's break that down. So let's talk about cell phones and the impact that it has on our health. Cell phones have a very negative impact on our health, including sleep. Sleep is one of them. When you decide to watch your cell phone or watch that bright screen before you go to bed, you are decreasing your melatonin level. And a lot of us know what melatonin is, especially if you got kids. Because we'll go to the store and buy that by the bulk, man. We try to get these kids to bed, you know what I'm saying? They stand up, give them some melatonin. But your body supplies melatonin naturally. And when you decide to use your cell phone, especially right before you go to bed, you are decreasing your melatonin level, and you don't want to do that. The way we can stop doing that is try to stay away from your phone at least an hour before you go to bed, so you can make sure you go to sleep when you do go to bed. So try to work on that. But yes, cell phones do have a negative impact on your sleep pattern. The other thing that cell phones can cause is headaches. So if you're on your phone a lot and you're constantly getting headaches, that's probably because you're on your phone a lot. So you may want to stay away from your phone for a little bit and see if it changes. See if you get less headaches. And It also has a negative impact on your brain activity. Yes, it has a very negative impact on your brain activity. So let's break that down. Now, this is the most important part of the video. If you don't hear nothing else, please hear this. Uh, the way it affects our brain activity is that cell phones emit these radio frequencies, also known as RF, and microwave radiation. And the signals are so strong, it is equivalent to a FM radio station. And most of y'all know that live here in Jacksonville, man. It's like V101.5. You know, you can hear that joint all the way out to almost Daytona. That's how strong that signal is, or that frequency. And we are putting it by our heads. When we call somebody and the phone is sending out these signals to the cell phone towers and trying to reach these people, these other people that you're trying to reach through these phones, it's sending out these signals. Believe it or not, the weaker the signal that you have on your phone, the stronger it's trying to work to get that signal. So, yeah. And you're putting that by your head. What it's doing is it is affecting your cerebral cortex in your brain. And if you don't know what the cerebral cortex is, it is the outermost layer on your brain. When a cell phone is working, it's thinning out that layer. And that layer is very important because that is what causes your memory. It causes your thinking, learning, and you can also get headaches from it. You got all that going on. And believe it or not, it can also cause cancer. Yep. So if you're using your phone a lot, like this by your head, you may want to stop doing that. Don't be scared. Don't be alarmed. Just be aware. Because I have 5 tips that I want to share that could help you keep this phone away from your head and away from your body. So let's talk about that. The first one is to keep it in a purse or a backpack when carrying it around. And I just now learned that I always keep my phone in my pocket for the most part when carrying it. But this is definitely an eye opener. So I try my best to keep it in my pocket, and I hope you do the same. Other than that, man, just take the phone out. When you're at work, put the phone on your desk. You know, when you're in the car, put it in a cell phone holder or something like that, so it's not in your pocket, and so you can see it. Try your best to keep your phone out of your pocket. The second thing is try to keep a headset with you or use the speakerphone function. So if you don't have a headset, get yourself some AirPods or something like that that you can use to talk on the phone, or use a speakerphone so it's not by your head. You can hold it out like this and talk on the phone and talk to whoever you need to talk to. So yeah, use a speakerphone or use a headset. The third tip is to avoid using your phone when the signal is weak. So when you have a weak signal, try not to use the phone. And if you don't have to, don't use it, man. Try texting or something like that. So, like I said, if you got like one bar or no bars or it keeps roaming, don't use your phone to talk. Do not use it to talk. So the fourth tip is to limit your time when you're on a call. So when you're on a phone call, especially when you're like this, do your best to keep it short. Do your best to keep it short. Do not be on the phone a long period of time, especially like that. If you want to be on the phone for a long time, use a headset. So my fifth and final tip to keep the phone away from your body is to consider texting instead of calling. Consider texting instead of calling. This is actually one of my favorites. Oh man, I will text you in a minute, but I will text you like no other. I don't like calling people. I don't know why. I don't like talking on the phone, period. But for you, if you like talking on the phone, consider texting. Especially if it's something short, just text and keep it moving, and that will help you to keep the phone away from your body. But those are my 5 tips, and I hope you use them because we trying to beat this radiation from our heads, okay? All right, so we talked about cell phones and the negative impact that it has on our health. Now let's talk about cell phones and the negative impact that it has on our behavior. And I do want to bring up social media in this point because a lot of us are on social media and a lot of us are on our phones at the same time. So with social media, man, it does bring a lot of behavior issues. And one of those issues is hyperactivity. It does cause a lot of hyperactivity within us. And that just means that we have a short attention span. We tend to be all over the place all the time. And we can't sit still. Can't sit still. And you see that in adults, but you also see that in kids and young adults as well, 18 and up. And that's because of, the screen, man. They be in front of the screen from the time they were kids all the way up, man. So you see that a lot. And the kids, they grow up and they get in the workforce, and it is rough. Like some of the kids that are young adults that be at my job, you try to tell them something and they just all over the place. I'm like, can you just focus and listen to what I'm trying to tell you? Like, it's hard. It is very hard for them, and that's because of these cell phones and technology, man. They're in front of a screen all of the time, and it is killing their attention span real bad, real bad. The second issue that it causes is low self-esteem. Low self-esteem. So when you're on social media and you post something, and after you post, what you doing? You sitting there staring at that photo, staring at that video, and waiting for those likes and views to come in, and they ain't coming in. You start feeling bad for yourself, and it's all because nobody ain't like your video or something like that. Hey, man, and I'm guilty of it too. But the way I try to fight that is I post and I get off. So I focus on production and not consumption. Okay? And if you're using social media for your business or anything like that, or for a promotion, that's what you need to do. Like, produce and post and get off. And I have friends that say, hey man, you ain't seen my video? You ain't seen my video yet? No. No, I haven't. And that's just for me trying to save my sanity, because I'm not trying to focus on, something I posted and looking at the view count and all that kind of stuff. Like, nah, man. No, because I do not want to get caught in the matrix. And it is very easy to get caught up in the matrix. It's okay to get on social media, but like, limit your consumption, okay? Limit the time that you're on these social media platforms, because it'll take a toll on you. The way it does that is when you watch a video and you laugh at it, or you enjoy a video, or you post something and you get a large amount of likes, or something like that, or a large amount of comments. What it does is when you like those things or you enjoy those things, it releases dopamine within your brain. And dopamine is a chemical that is released in your brain. And what that does is it causes you to want to do it again and again and again. And this is also found in alcohol. Alcohol also causes that. That's why, a lot of people enjoy drinking alcohol. And it's the same addiction. Same addiction. So social media is the new drug, if you don't know it or not. So when it releases those dopamine levels and you enjoy it, you're going to continue to do it again and again and again. And that's why we are addicted to social media. So, like I said, it's a drug. So we need to fight this. We really do need to fight this. So watch your consumption on social media and try to limit that as much as you can. Okay? All right. All right. So the last thing I want to bring up is cell phones and the negative impact that it has on our kids. Cell phones and the negative impact that it has on our kids. And you already know it does. We already see it all the time. Our kids can't help but have a tablet or something that they have to watch or something like that. Like my son, he cannot leave the house without his tablet. And if he does leave his tablet, he loses his everlasting mind. And that's a problem. That is a problem. He feel like he got to watch a screen at all times. Even when he go to bed, he got YouTube playing with some background nature sounds. And I'm just like, bruh, this is ridiculous. But that's where we're at, man. That's where we're at in this world. So we got to fight that some kind of way, parents. We really do. So there's a couple of things I want to bring up with this. And one of those things is try our best to get these kids to use these screens, use these cell phones and tablets in moderation. Use it in moderation. On the weekends, when I'm not DJing or anything like that, or have any gigs, I try to use that time to hang out with my kids, hang out with my oldest son and my 1-year-old. You know, we try to hang out a little bit, play around. I don't care if it's in the house. We can run around in the house. I'll sling the baby around. You know, he enjoy that. And, just talk to my son, have him do some arts and crafts or something, use his imagination, use his creativity, something, anything besides staring in front of that TV or that tablet. I don't care what it is. And just try our best to use this screen time in moderation. And the second thing that I need to work on, and maybe you need to work on, is to lead by example. Lead by example. So do our best to not use our cell phones during dinner, not be on our phones during dinner time, not be on the phones while our child is reading, or anything like that. Just try to be focus on our kids, try to be in the moment as much as possible and not on our phones. So my last point is we need to be in charge of our screens, not our screens being in charge of us. And this is a uphill battle for myself included, because I find myself picking up my phone, putting it down, and then picking it up in less than 2 minutes. And constantly doing that. And nobody's texting me. I'm not getting any notifications. I'm just picking it up and getting on social media. And that is a very bad habit. A very bad habit. And you probably deal with that too. So if you got a significant other and you two are in the bed and you wake up in the morning and the first thing you do is grab your phone instead of talking to your significant other and saying good morning, that's a problem. That is a problem. Or better yet, you picking up the phone when you wake up and you haven't even prayed yet. I said, thank you, Lord, for waking me up for another day. That's a problem. That's a problem. So we need to fix that. We need to work on that. Like I said, myself included, and I'm going to work on this myself. So we got to be in charge of our screens and not our screens being in charge of us. So my last point for you guys is to just be in the moment, and wherever you are, be in the moment, whether it's with your kids or whether you're at a function, anything, man, anything that you got going on, be there and not on your phone. And you'll be more aware of everything that's around you and more aware of your environment. So that is my Video for you guys. That is my wish for you guys, is to please put the phone down. Do not be on the phone all the time. And do not be like that lady playing a game while she's walking. Okay? Do not be that. Let's do better. Please. Let's do better. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you got something out of this video. And I'll see you next time. All right? Peace.